Hello, people of the world, and welcome back on the Mary in Motion podcast. Yesterday, I moved in a new place, another temporary room. My bags are still half packed in the corner. I don't know why I have moved. I was perfectly fine where I was before, but it had been 6 months, and I was starting to feel too grounded, I guess. I still buy travel-size shampoo. I still hesitate before buying anything I cannot carry. Not because I'm on a trip, but because I never know when I will feel like leaving. I have started asking myself this question. Do I feel at home nowhere, or do I feel at home everywhere? Either way, the result is the same. I feel detached, unanchored, like I have no place to return to. This episode is about that feeling. About what it means to not have a home, not just physically, but emotionally. About the invisible cost of freedom. This is the curse of the traveler. Let's start at the beginning. What even is home? Most people would probably say it's where you grew up, where your family is, maybe where you have your name on a mailbox. But that definition has never really worked for me. I've moved too much when I was little. I have no lifelong friends, no childhood house. I don't have such things. But home can be a place, but it's also a feeling, a sense of belonging, of safety, a place with memories. It's where you feel known. It's where you can leave your things out and you know they will still be here tomorrow. I guess I'm not the only one with that feeling. Many people must feel that way, like they don't fully belong anywhere. There are even words for this feeling. For example, the third culture kid syndrome. It's when you grow up between cultures and you really never quite fit into any of them. It's not my case, but I guess it leads to the same feeling. You also have reverse culture shock, when home doesn't really feel like home anymore. When you have traveled so much and you don't recognize yourself in the place you called home before. There is also placelessness. It's a psychological state of not belonging anywhere. And my favorite, Fernweh, I'm not sure if I pronounce it right, it's a German word that means far sickness, like homesickness, but for places you haven't even been to yet. Technically, I have a home. My parents' house still exists. If I need to, I could go back there. But it doesn't feel like mine. There, I have no friends. I have no life. I'm not tied to the place. It's just a building where I once lived. Also, my parents are divorced, which means there is no single house I return to. There is not one room with all my things. No consistent smell, familiar rhythm. I've moved so many times, I've lost count. I never unpack fully. I always leave something in my bag. I was used to that with my divorced parents. I would do 1 week at my dad's and then 1 week at my mom's. And after some time, I was never fully unpacking my stuff because I knew I was just gonna pack it again a few days later. I think I've kept these. I always have my backpack with a lot of things inside. I always have a toothbrush in my bag. While I don't always use it, but I know I'm prepared for everything because leaving is always an option. I want to be able to leave if I just want to. If someone tells me, just let's go somewhere, I can just go and I don't have to go back to my place in between. The last time I felt home might have been in Finland. It's the place where I have stayed the longest since I left my parents' place. It was 1 year. I had routines, I had friends, I knew the streets, I had people to talk to, things to look forward to, trip planned. Maybe that's what home really is. Repetition that becomes comfort. I remember when I was little, I used to love visiting houses. Because as I said, we were moving a lot, so we were visiting potential homes, and I loved imagining myself living there. what life would feel like there. It wasn't about the design, it was about wondering, could I belong here? Right now, I could go anywhere. This sounds amazing, right? It's the dream. It's what I've always wanted. It's infinite freedom. But when you can go anywhere, where do you even begin? Sometimes I feel like I'm standing in front of a hallway filled with open doors. Each one leads to a city, a country, a new life. And instead of walking through one, I just freeze. I'm paralyzed by the choice. What if I pick the wrong one? What if I settle down and then feel trapped and regret my decision and wish I had taken another one? Or what if I never settle and always feel like I'm drifting? It's not just about the place. It's about identity. When you don't have a home base, when your location changes at all times, it gets harder to know who you are. There is no feedback. There is no anchor. I don't even know who I am, where I belong. I have a nationality. I'm French. But do I feel French? Not really. But what do I feel like? I don't feel like I belong anywhere. People are often like, they want to travel a bit, and then they want to settle down in their home country. But I don't really have a home country. I just have a country where I was born and where I was raised. So sometimes it feels more comfortable just because I'm used to the paperwork or I speak the language. But that's all. It doesn't really feel like home. I remember when I was living in Finland, I went back to France for a few weeks, and at some point I was feeling a bit overwhelmed and I just wanted to get back home. And home was Finland at the time. And I remember this feeling of relief when at the airport I heard some people speaking Finnish, and I felt really this feeling of, I'm almost home, and I felt so good. At that moment I realized that I was really feeling home in Finland. But now not anymore. I've moved so much since. So I don't know. I feel like I always have a limited time in the places. Here, I moved to Belgium 6 months ago, and I will live in 6 months. And I don't know what I will do afterwards. But my next plan is 1 or 2 years long, maximum. So again, I will have this limited time span where I don't feel like I can settle. I don't even know if I want to. As I said in the beginning, the time I'm spending in Belgium is 1 year, and I could have stayed in the same apartment for that time, but I've moved for no reason, just because I could, and I felt like I wanted to. It was so quick. One day I had the idea, the week after I found the place, and the week after I moved. It was really quick. I don't regret it, but I feel like I'm putting myself in difficult situations on purpose. It was very stressful, all of this period where I was moving. I needed to find someone to take my apartment. I mean, it was really stressful, and I could have avoided it, but I chose not to. So sometimes I wonder, am I chasing something new or just avoiding standing still? Lately, I've started thinking, maybe home isn't a physical location at all. Maybe home is someone you can cook dinner with. Maybe it's the people who remember your name at the coffee shop. Maybe it's a song that always makes you feel calm, no matter where you are. Some people build home through relationships, not addresses. Others find it in routines, having the same tea, the same notebook, the same walk, even in different cities. I've met people who carry home with them like a shell. They don't have a home, they are one. So maybe the goal isn't to find home, maybe it's to recognize it when it shows up. I still don't know where I belong. Some days I feel lost. Other days I feel free. Maybe I'm not one or the other. Maybe I'm both. If you have ever felt this way too, if your bags are half packed, or if you have forgotten what your childhood room looked like, know this. You are not broken, you are just in motion. Or maybe home isn't where you started, it's where you stopped searching. It was quite a short episode, but I loved recording it. It helped me put words on a feeling I've had for quite some time now. And I hope it will get better. Or maybe if you have that feeling too, you are not feeling alone. Because I didn't hear anyone really talk about this, even among fellow travelers. So I hope it could help you. Thank you for listening and see you in the next episode.